Hi, welcome to Teach Start. Today we're going to be looking at the confident teacher. What is confidence and how can you show it as a teacher to ensure that you get the best possible lessons? I think what I'm going to do today, boring video, right? Some teachers in their lessons, I would probably say all teachers, why some teachers? All teachers have moments where they're asked a question or they just don't know what the next phase of the lesson is, they can't remember or they haven't planned it very well and look like indecisive people. In the classroom, you cannot afford to be indecisive. You have to speak with confidence. And that does not mean that if someone asks you a question, such as, what is an oxbow like? And you're sitting there and you don't know. The way of approaching it is not, no, well, maybe. The way of approaching it is, oh, that's a really good question, we'll pick that up maybe next lesson. Or, oh, actually, I'm not quite sure, but I'll find out for you next lesson, we'll talk about it then. Fantastic, good question. Confident. Be confident with the students. It means confidence as yourself as a teacher. It means confidence in your subject. You are allowed to get away with a few things you don't know about your subject, but not much. And a confident teacher will find the bits they don't understand or are not sure about that either the students have asked or they've got to that bit of the lesson and they're like, oh, I'm not quite sure why that is. And I thought I did when I planned the lesson, but I'm not quite sure. And fill in those gaps. And I don't think as a teacher you should shield the students away from it. However, if it is happening regularly, if you are finding yourself in the classroom regularly not knowing like what the subject is, you have to be researching it, even if it's your fifth subject down the line, because I know some teachers who teach 5 different subjects. You have to research it. Part of our professional responsibility is knowing our subjects that we teach, and that includes all the subjects that we teach. I know that some of you probably out there are teaching completely outside of your subject, like completely, and are given PowerPoints, so all you need to do is sit there and present them. When that has happened to me, and it's not happened often, but when it's happened to me, that's not good enough for me. I have to understand the PowerPoints, and I will hunt down the person who's made the PowerPoints to clarify things on the PowerPoints I'm not sure of. The importance of being confident in your classroom with your subject knowledge is quite important. As I say, you get away with a few, but not many. The other thing is being confident as a teacher. Some teachers, with difficult classes, go, "Oh, I don't know what to do with this class." No, that's not confident. A confident teacher will never ever admit to being stuck when it comes to teaching or pedagogy or that kind of thing. You will never admit to the students to be stuck. There are ways of approaching it, and I've done quite a few behaviour management videos, so I think I've got quite a few in the pipeline to do. But the worst thing you can do is admit to a class that you don't know what you're doing at that moment in time as a teacher. Subject knowledge you can get away with a few times, but not as a teacher. As soon as you admit that to a class, they lose confidence in you, and big time for some classes, and it's very difficult to get that back. So act confident at all times. Be a confident person. Filming these videos is not the easiest thing to do. I enjoy it, but it is nerve-wracking. And actually, when I look at some of my videos, I'm not very confident, just because I've got light shining at me and a camera pointing at me, etc. And so what I'm doing is kind of learning to be more confident in the camera, in front of the camera, and ensuring that I don't think anyone wants to see a video of someone who doesn't have an opinion or doesn't know what it is that they feel and know what it is that they are talking about. And I think that's kind of the same thing in the classroom, that you need to be the authority on decisions. If a student asks if they can move seat, you need to know what that decision is in advance. You need to have planned that out. Am I letting them move seat? That person and that person aren't working well together. I think that person's going to ask me to move seat. What's my response going to be? Think about it in advance. The easiest thing to do is have universal rules that your go-to response is come and see me at break time. That's your go-to response, and it's quick and it's easy to say. Poor planning in this phase, in the confidence phase, leads to indecisiveness and inconsistency. So one person asks you to move, you say yes, the other one asks you to move, you say no. It's because you haven't planned it out in advance and you're just plucking things out of the air rather than having a confident approach to the lesson. This is why the more experience you get as a teacher, the more confident you get, because you've gone through all of the decisions before and you've kind of known what the best outcome is and you've gone for them. My argument is that from day one as in teaching, you need to be confident. It doesn't matter whether you make the wrong decision in most circumstances. What matters is you make a decision and you make it swiftly and confidently. Students have never picked me up for the actual decision I made. In retrospect, at the end of the day, I sit there and I think, I didn't make the right call on that. Actually, looking at the lesson, I made the wrong call on that. But no student has ever picked me up for it or acted as if I've not been confident, and that's the key. You obviously need to reflect on all your decisions at the end of the day and figure out which ones went well, which ones didn't, and how you change it in the future. But you need to be confident. I hope this video has helped. If you liked it, please click like. If you want to see more from us, please click subscribe. Thank you very much. Oh, before you go, you can subscribe to us here, and this is our previous video, and this is another video from us. We release videos every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday at 5 o'clock. Thank you very much.